Hello and welcome to another My Tunes podcast right here at manxradio.com.
Marc Tyley, the nation station, Manx Radio.
On My Tunes, we love a singer who crosses various genres. Well, we love any singer, to be honest, but Kelly Collard, I don't know if there's anything you haven't sung, Kelly, and welcome to My Tunes.
Hello, Mark.
It's lovely.
Okay.
It's taken me a while.
Yeah.
It's taken me a while. But seriously, you've sung, I mean, you name it, you've sung it.
Kind of, pretty much, yeah, I think.
So a range of disciplines from classical through to shows and rock and blues and soul and, I mean, basically all of it.
Yeah, I try. I don't know how it sounds to everyone else, but I like to give it a go. So.
Well, it sounds wonderful. And one thing you said when we were just getting ready to do this, you said you're very much a song-by-song person. Not necessarily, oh, I love that artist or this, but when you get something in your head, it sticks.
Yeah, and I will listen to it over and over and over again until I find my next favourite song or I hear it on the radio, and I'll just listen to it over and over again.
Well,
Yeah.
I know what you mean, because if it gets in there, you just want to hear it more and more and more.
Yeah.
When you were little, when did you start singing?
Right, well, I had to ask my mum about this because obviously I couldn't remember. I've got no memory whatsoever. But she said I was about 3 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, she said as soon as I could talk, I could sing that old cliche. But yeah, she said I could sing in tune from a very, very young age. And one of the first tracks I had was Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You.
Oh, wow.
She said I used to sing along to that when I was little. I've still got the old, the mini vinyl.
Yeah,
So the mini vinyls?
the 45.
Yeah, I've still got it at home, the Whitney Houston one.
Do you still sing it?
I still do, yes.
Yeah?
Occasionally.
Well, we're going to talk about some singing that captured a lot of people's imaginations, because during lockdown, you really were busy during lockdown singing for all of us and sharing your music. And thank you, because it was wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was a bit dubious about doing it at first because I get embarrassed quite easily, and I don't know, I just thought that people would, I don't know, like kind of laugh at me or something. But then I saw other people were posting videos of themselves singing. I was like, do you know what? I've got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I thought I might as well do it. It was all good fun, really. I just picked like random songs, and I just had my phone in front of me, my laptop at the side, and I just recorded it from that. So it wasn't great quality.
Oh, it worked beautifully. And thank you. Well, but talk about that a bit later. Let's go back to being the little girl.
Yeah.
When did you first go into the guild?
Oh, how old was I? I was about 11 or 12. So I started singing lessons at the age of 10 with John Elliott, and he's the one that got me doing the guild and stuff. So I think it was about 11 or 12. And it was the girl with the buckles on her shoes.
Lovely.
I remember that one. I didn't do very well, but it didn't deter me, so I carried on.
Yeah, well, you did the guild for many years.
About 15.
Yeah.
I think I had a year off one year, and then I went back to it. But yeah, I did it for about 15 years, all sorts of classes. But yeah, it was fun.
Well, loads of people will remember seeing you in the guild over those years, as I say. And there's some wonderful memories of that. First choice of music, well, I didn't know what to expect because, as I said at the beginning, there's all sorts of music in this girl. I didn't know where we'd start off, but tell us where we're starting.
Well, I had singing lessons in Peel, and living down south, my dad used to take me every Friday to a singing lessons, and we both loved Jesus Christ Superstar, the musical, the original one. My mum hates it, unfortunately. Oh. So the only time we ever got to listen to it was on the way to my singing lessons. So yeah, so the track I've chosen is Gethsemane from Jesus Christ Superstar by Ted Neely.
And why have we gone for this version?
It's my favourite one, and Ted Neely's voice is just amazing. I've never really heard anybody else sing like him, and just throughout the whole musical he's brilliant, so just those high notes he gets. So yeah, I just love this song.
I only want to say, if there is a way, take this cup away from me, for I don't want to taste its poison. Feel it burn me, I have changed. I'm not as sure as when we started. Then I was inspired. Now I'm sad and tired. Listen, surely I've exceeded expectations. Tried for 3 years, seems like 30. Could you ask as much from any other man? But if I die, see the saga through and do the things you ask of me. Let them hate me, hit me, hurt me, nail me to the tree. I'd want to know, my God. Want to know, I'd want to know, my God. Want to see, I'd want to see, my God. Want to see, I'd want to see, my God. Why I should die? Would I be more noticed than I ever was before? Would the things I've said and done matter anymore? I'd have to know, my Lord. Have to know, I'd have to know, my Lord. Have to see, I'd have to see, my Lord. Have to see, I'd have to see, my Lord. If I die, what will be my reward? If I die, what will be my reward? Have to know, I'd have to know, my Lord. Have to know, I'd have to know, my Lord. Why should I? Not be killed in vain. Show me just a little of your omnipresent brain. Show me there's a reason for you wanting me to die. Far too keen on where and how, but not so hot on why. All right. Now I'm sad and tired. After all, I've tried for 3 years. Seems like 90. Why then am I scared to finish what I started? What you started, I didn't start it. God, thy will is hard, but you hold every card. I will drink your cup of poison, nail me to your cross and break me, bleed me, beat me, kill me, take me now before I change.
My Tunes guest this week is a singer. Not just any old singer, a singer who can pretty much take on anything, including Whitney Houston. I'll tell you, Kelly Collard. Kelly, welcome to My Tunes.
Hello.
And thank you for joining us. I can't believe that when you were talking yesterday about being a little girl, that Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You, it's a massive song.
Yeah, I can't remember the first time I actually sang it fully. I think I was quite young. I've always had quite a big voice anyway from when I was younger. I just used to sing it around karaoke and stuff like that. People always used to get me up and do karaoke, and that was my go-to, show-off song.
Well,
So-
why not? Well, why not? It doesn't get much bigger and better than that.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Now, we mentioned yesterday that you very much a song-by-song girl. I love that, and I love that, and I'll sing that, and it can be from anything. But in terms of singers that you really do rate and admire, who's in the mix for you?
It's going to be the old, Whitney, Celine. It's hard to think because I listen to so many different artists, because I don't just listen to albums. I'm not an album listener either. It's mostly to do with the tune and the melody. But when it comes to singers, it's like Carrie Underwood and Michael Bolton.
Yeah, who's coming up in a wee while.
Yeah. Like, just the powerhouse singers. But there's like even Mumford and Sons, Marcus Mumford. Yeah, it's just a whole, I can't really choose because every one of them's unique.
Yeah. Was there a period in your life when you sort of stepped back from singing? I'm trying to think. There was a while when I didn't hear much of you.
Yeah, so I stopped my singing lessons, unfortunately. I think I was 26, 27, and therefore I stopped doing the guild. I think I just got a bit, not lazy, I just got a bit bored of the classical side of things. Just singing that all the time. I wanted to do more pop and rock and just like stuff you hear on the radio. So it wasn't until my 30th birthday, my partner bought me a tower speaker, like one of the PA speakers, and he said, right, your first gig is going to be my birthday at the end of the month. So I did all of that at the end of January in Talons at the Falcon's Nest, and then I didn't use it again for another 3 years because I got so scared. I was used to doing the guild where what the score is. You've got one judge and you've got an audience of people, but they're all people that are competing as well. Whereas when you're singing in a pub or in a group of people you don't know, you can't gauge what their reaction's going to be. They could love you, hate you, and if they've had a drink, they can, they just walk out and you can be left with nobody there at all. So I just got scared and I couldn't imagine myself standing there singing with a microphone. It was just really strange. So he kicked my bum into gear and said, if you don't use it, I'm going to sell it. So I sang, was it New Year's Eve? I did my first 2.5 hour set.
Brilliant.
Last year, and then just got the ball rolling.
I remember seeing some social media being shared around of you in Las Vegas.
Oh God, yeah.
Singing, going down a storm in Las Vegas, singing in a bar there.
Yeah, it was in the New York. My partner and I, we'd had quite a few drinks. It was a dueling pianos thing. Yeah. So if you wanted a song, you gave them money. So my partner was like, go on, sing. Because at the time, A Star Is Born had just come out, the one with Lady Gaga. So at that time, Shallow was my favourite song. So he was like, ask them if you can do Shallow. I was like, no, can't do that. This is their show. He's like, I'll give them some money. They'll do it. So, I got up and they were like, oh, we've got a singer. So, yeah, that's how that turned out. I just wrote my name down, stuck it in the pot and they pulled it out. And there was a nice couple sitting next to us who recorded it for me and sent it to me.
It was brilliant.
So, yeah.
I mean, the girl from Las Vegas is here in Douglas. That was splendid.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Let's have today's tune. Now, you mentioned him earlier. He used to have very dodgy hair, Kelly.
Oh, it was dreadful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a sign of the time, so wasn't it?
But what a voice. What a voice.
Absolutely brilliant, yeah.
So we got Michael Bolton. Mm-hmm. What's so particular about this track?
I just love it. It's just like proper bang. I just like everything about it, his voice and just like the backing track. And I can sing along to it as well.
Time, love and tenderness.
So you say that you can't go on. Love left you crying, and you say all your hope is gone. And what's the use in trying? What you need is to have some faith. Shake off those sad news. Get yourself a new view. Oh, nothing is as sad as it seems, you know. 'Cause someday you laugh at the heartache, someday you laugh at the pain. Somehow you get through the heartbreak, somehow you can get through the rain. When love puts you through the fire, when love puts you to the test, nothing cures a broken heart like time, love, and tenderness. You think your world is over, baby, just remember this. Nothing heals a broken heart like time, love, and tenderness. Time, love, and tenderness. I understand how you're feeling now and what you've been through, but your world's gonna turn around. So baby, don't you be blue. All it takes is a little time to make it better. The hurt won't last forever. Oh, your tears are all gonna dry, you know. 'Cause someday you laugh at the heartache, someday you laugh at the pain. You may be down on your luck, but baby, then all that's gonna change. When love puts you through the fire, when love puts you to the test, nothing cures a broken heart like time, love, and tenderness. You think your world is over, baby, just remember this. Nothing heals a broken heart like time, love, and tenderness. The hurt ain't gonna last time, love, and tenderness. Nothing cures a broken heart like time, love, and tenderness. You think your world is over, better just remember this. Nothing heals a broken heart better than time, love, and tenderness, baby. Oh, baby. Need some time, love, and tenderness, baby. All you need, time, love, and tenderness, time, love, and tenderness, baby. Time, love, and tenderness. Gonna take some time, love, and tenderness.
If you were listening yesterday, when Kelly chose Michael Bolton, great song, but you wouldn't have heard her singing along to it. I did. Fantastic. Kelly, thank you for being on My Tunes.
thank
Michael
you.
Bolton, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a tune. And playing in the pub. We're going to talk about the pub. We're going to talk about your partner, and we'll talk about your new band. We'll
yes.
a little chat about that tomorrow. But I do want to go back to this lockdown era. I've got to call it an era because it was quite a long period of time. You singing solo with a backing track, and it was beautiful. I mean,
thank
you did quite a few of them, didn't you?
Not as many as I should have done. 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Well, between 4 and 6 of them. It was just so good because I was in my bedroom. I was picking up on every single little note or every flat note or every sharp note. I was like, no, I've got to do that again. I drove the rest of the house mad because I would just sing the same song about 10 times. I'd be like, no, not doing that one. Try it again. So yeah, I drove them all a bit mad.
But as you said, you had the time. time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. But I should have done more, really.
Well, thank you for doing them. At the time, I mean, a lot of people were doing bits and pieces. It was a funny old time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like you had so much time, but, well, me personally, I
Yeah.
didn't want to do anything.
It was very
It
odd.
was, yeah. So
That's 3. Is that 3 years ago? Soon it must be
I
nearly.
think it was it 2020?
2020?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beginning of 2020.
Very odd.
So yeah.
You mentioned the nerves about singing out there with a microphone, having been in the guild and
Yeah.
having an audience that you understood, and a situation 15 years you were very, very comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Those nerves are gone, yeah? Now?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I'm a lot better than I was. But I mean, that comes with the experience of doing it and doing it multiple times. You can have a pub full of people, or you can have a pub with one person in it. But at the end of the day, you're doing what you want to do, and all I want to do is sing. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So
Let's
yeah.
talk about the Riddler. You're wearing a fine emblazoned hoodie.
Yes,
now,
representing.
your partner,
yeah, David Lewis.
now he's involved with that.
Yes, he's recently taken over the Falcon in Port Erin. So we're all there at the minute.
So it's a fine venue, and when we talk about your new band tomorrow, we will be able to say there is a gig coming up in the aforementioned Riddler.
Yes, the Riddler Under the Nest be on March the 31st, hopefully, if we've got enough songs and we've got them down to a T.
Well, before we
But,
talk
yeah.
about the band tomorrow, I'll give the name up. Fully Grown Adults. I love
Yeah.
it. Was that your idea?
No, I think it was Nell's idea, Gary Neal. I said, I'm coming on this show next week. We need a name. So there was just lots of names being fired out, and we went with that one.
Well, it's brilliant. We'll talk a lot about it tomorrow. But I want to say, this track you've chosen goes back a while, but it is a bit of a classic.
Yeah, I was just listening to the radio at work a few years ago, and this song just came on the radio. I'd never heard it before, and that became one of my favourite songs, and it still is today. I just love it.
And it is the Doobie Brothers.
Listen to the music.
Don't you feel it growing day by day? People getting ready for the move. Some are happy, some are sad.
My guest this week on My Tunes is a singer. Her name is Kelly Collard. 15 years at the Guild. You may well have seen her doing all sorts of things. But she's now in a band, and it's a band we're going to talk about today. Who persuaded you, Kelly, to get involved in a band?
Well, I've said this quite a lot, but I was in the pub.
Yes.
So I was in the pub in the Riddler, and I was just sitting with my partner having a drink, and Stuart Neen came up to me. I knew who he was, but I'd never really spoken to him. I knew he was in about the band Switch as the drummer, and he just came over to me and said, if you want to start a band, just give us a shout. So I said, okay. I turned around, and then Gary Neal was standing by the jukebox. So I said, oh, Stu's just had a word with me. It says, if you want to start a band, if you're not doing anything, because I don't know if anybody's aware, Gary Neal is in quite a few bands across the island.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I've not got that much going on band-wise, so yeah, I'm game for it. So then we just had to find a bassist and another guitarist, because coming from doing the Guild and stuff, I don't know that many people, like guitarists and drummers and stuff. So Stuart and Nell managed to find Jonathan Neal and Andrew Kajin as our bassist, who we all knew anyway, and we tried our very best to persuade him, and it worked in the end. We ground him down in the end.
Now, before this happened, I saw you out and about. Was it That Kelly Bird?
Yes, That Kelly Bird.
That Kelly Bird. Where did that come from?
Again, the pub. That was an idea. It was That Bird Kelly.
Right.
It was Alex Thomas from the Riddler. He was like, oh, That Kelly Bird. And Jodie as well from the Falcon. They kind of like came up with different variations, and yeah, That Kelly Bird just stuck.
And you played loads of places with that. That was you with tracks, wasn't it? Basically.
Yeah, that was me with the backing track. So I started with that. That was the New Year's Eve gig that I did. I didn't have the name then. I just went as Kelly Collard. But yeah, then I thought of that name. Yeah, I've done quite a few places. I've done Jack's, Quids.
Yeah, but that must have really helped your confidence again.
Yeah, well, the first time I played outside of Port Erin, because obviously everybody knows everyone in Port Erin, it's such a small place. Going into Douglas, where I think it was actually easier because you don't know anybody. They can heckle you, but you don't really care.
Because you don't know them.
And so because you don't know them, they're not going to affect your life, whether they like you or not. They can come and go. People come and go in pubs anyway, so I was very nervous, but as soon as I started my first song, I was fine. And then the second gig I did, I was absolutely fine. I wasn't actually nervous at all. It was quite strange.
You were off and flying. Are you going to keep the solo stuff going now or not?
Yes. Yes, I'm still doing both. I left it too late to get gigs for myself, really. Because they book them a year in advance. And I only started asking round at the beginning of the month. So
right.
I'm a bit sparse on gigs for myself. But I've got quite a few gigs with the band.
Well, Fully Grown Adults. I think it's a brilliant name. Can't wait to see you. Home ground for the first gig, though, like you said. Riddler Under the Nest.
The Riddler Under the Nest.
Down there.
Our first gig will be March the 31st from 9 p.m.
Fantastic. We'll have a blast with that.
Yes.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing you back in a band. I think it's very exciting. Very exciting.
Yes, because I did stuff with
The Stalking Heads Boys.
Yes.
That's a few years ago now.
It was, long
That's
time
a few
ago.
years ago. Let's have your final track of the week. What's it going to be?
It's going to be Carrie Underwood. I Hate My Heart Right Now.
What a voice. What a track.
Agreed.
Kelly, thanks for coming on My Tunes.
Thank you for having me.
Nothing keeping my wings from flying high and going out on the town on a Saturday night. 'Cause he's gone with the wind, and Lord knows I deserve to be flirted with. But the only problem is I hate my heart right now, underneath the covers in the dark right now, wishing I was sitting in a bar right now, 2 drinks in, making me a last call friend. I want my feel good back, instead of feeling bad covers in the dark right now. Wishing I was sitting in a bar right now with a tall, dark glass coffin and my feel-good back. Instead of feeling bad that I can't get past the fact that I can't love nobody else. I would if I could, but I don't know how. I hate my heart right now. I hate my heart right now. Oh yeah.
Carrie Underwood, what a voice. And we don't have enough of her on Manx Radio. I will put that to rights. Thank you, Kelly Collard. That was great. I'm Marc Tyley. Be sure to join me for the morning show, the Shaw Morning Show, Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 12, whenever you possibly can. And keep coming back right here for more podcasts as they're appearing every day.